Welcome to the V-Twin Life. Another mile posted. We're going down the highway, talk with people who just enjoy motorcycles and why the heck we enjoy life on two wheels. V-Twin Life is brought to you by Crash In Clothing, better known as Crash Inc. across the World Wide Web. Man, these guys got a lot of great products. Brad is a dealer for many places. You guys can check him out. Great guy out of the Pacific Northwest down in Dallas, Oregon. So hey, if you need something, man, hit up Crash Inc. They got what you need. And we can't forget Wild Ass. Tell you what, I'm a commercial truck driver, and these Wild Ass cushions are made for more than just motorcycles. Anywhere you're going to plant your tush, dude, get a Wild Ass under it. Make yourself comfortable. You can't forget Custom Dynamics. You want to put some great lights in your bike. You want to be seen. You want to see what you're doing at night. Hey, check out Custom Dynamics. They got a lot of great stuff. Hey, can't forget Mateer Motorcycle Lawyers. These guys aren't just attorneys, but these are guys that ride. You get in an accident, you need some help, get a hold of Mateer. These guys are great. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into another milepost of the V-Twin Life. What is going on, everybody? I know I've been on hiatus for a while. Had stuff going on through the summer. I figured it's time to get back into it because, you know, this is a fun ride and I enjoy the heck out of it. And today we got buddy Tanner Rossi out of the Pacific Northwest, which these ones are kind of fun when you can talk roads and relate because you understand the area, you understand the, you know, geography of the area and, you know, when you grew up in that places. So, Tanner, man, thanks for coming on and wanting to share some of your recent adventures that you took.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. It's been a good summer. Did a lot of riding.
Nice. Let's dive in how I like to start most of these. You know, how did you get into motorcycles, man? Where did it start?
Grew up in Squim, so a brother and I were into dirt bikes from a real early age. We lived kind of backed up to Johnson Creek area, so we'd take the asphalt and just ride trails every weekend as children. Then took a long break as becoming adults, and then found kind of adventure riding was super fun.
Is that what kind of, now, you used to have, what, you started kind of your adventure stuff on a KLR?
Yeah. Started it on a KLR that I got for super cheap. Turns out it was really ugly. It was a second gen KLR, and I absolutely hated how it looked.
I mean, they are a tank, but, you know, they've really seemed to be proven that they'll take a beating and keep going.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. My dad's got a first gen KLR, 2006, and I love the looks of it. And, you know, the second gen is no different mechanically, but the aesthetics that Kawasaki did from, I think it was 2006 to 2014 or something like that, just looked awful. But got it for cheap, got me around for a while, and then just kind of bit the bullet and got a new bike.
So now you went with the Yamaha Tenere, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bought a new Yamaha Tenere late 2025. So it was sitting on the floor for a while.
What kind of drove you to want the Tenere?
Just a ton of research. Honestly, a fellow named Paul Torres, who is an extremely experienced rider. Watching his YouTube videos and seeing like an expert using a 450-pound bike and the way that he did was so enticing.
They are. I mean, I've seen some guys like you're talking about that are just totally abuse them. And, well, excuse me, I'm trying to remember Paul. There's another Paul. I think I sent you his account. I'm having a brain fart.
Oh yeah, long haul Paul.
Yep, there you go. That one.
Yeah. I mean, the CP2 engine has been in Yamahas for God knows how long, and they're tried and true. And so, from what I understand about the Tenere 700 is, yeah, they just stuck this reliable engine into a different platform. And so It's pretty it's pretty badass. It's the most fun adventure bike I've ever ridden. It's just like riding a huge dirt bike.
Are they very nimble when it comes to being on dirt? I mean, I grew up like I think one of my funnest bikes I had when it came to dirt was I had a mid '90s TT 500, and I
Oh yeah.
freaking love that thing. You could throw it around, and it was a blast for me. I mean, I had a ton of fun on that thing. It's one I think dirt bike I wish I still had.
It's super nimble on the dirt. I would say it's probably a little bit more top heavy when you're coming to kind of a standstill just because the seat height is so high. But I've never had the opportunity to ride the TTs, the DTs, or the ITs, but it's kind of on my list.
Right. So, kind of then, you know what? I know we're going to cover the BDR, but what was your driving factor to plan that to want to take the tenere on the BDR?
So my dad has been talking about the BDR for uh, probably 10 years. He's had a KLR 650 forever. Um, and all of a sudden, I got the wild hair in my ass to get an adventure bike. And then I bought that KLR and I realized this ain't the bike for me. But that kind of opened up the doors. What really got me interested is there's another YouTuber called The Dork in the Road. And I just fell down that rabbit hole. His first real BDR was the Washington BDR, where he completed the course, and he's got a really, really cool documentary, essentially, of doing the whole trip. I probably watched it a half a dozen times.
I've watched some of them, but it was more in four-wheel drive vehicles. I don't think I've really gone down the rabbit hole watching a lot of the motorcycle BDR, but like Dirt Lifestyles. I think he's over in Enumclair. Him and a bunch of buddies did the BDR, and I've watched some. And I think it'd be a blast. Some point, I think I'd like to add a adventure bike to the garage. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, you would love it. And just even around here, there's just so many back roads. I mean, from my house, I could ride easily 160 miles and not touch asphalt.
Yeah. Done a lot of those in my truck, back there, gray old trail up, Palo Alto, then hit Woods Road and come out down, what is that, Snow Creek Lane?
Oh, yeah.
Down by Leland. Yeah, it's fun. So this trip I know, which I think is really cool, is you and your dad plan to do the BDR together.
Yes, we did. Yeah, we planned it for about a year. And yeah, we met up often. We pretty much talked every day about it for that year. And bought we were planning on camping the entire time. And so yeah, we bought a lot of gear and got ready to go. And it didn't work out exactly that way.
Yeah, so let's go into how that started, man. So you guys started down on the Oregon, so you took off from here down to, where was it, like, is it Hood River down by where it starts?
Bridge of the Gods, which, shoot, I should have written down the name of the town just right in front of that. But so
Bridge of the Gods.
Yeah,
I think that's Arlington. I could be wrong. I'm going to look. Yeah, go ahead with your story, and I'll figure that out.
Yeah. So section 1 is from Bridge of the Gods to Packwood. And so actually, I paid my uncle to drive us down there, to trailer us down there, which we got to skip riding those bikes down I-5, which was a fantastic choice. Because that would have been miserable on those little bikes during kind of rush hour. Not a huge fan of just getting blown around in the wind, just getting beaten to death. So we started out pretty fresh around noon. Came out of Packwood, or excuse me, came out of the Bridge of the Gods.
Cascade Locks.
Cascade Locks. But yeah, it was a pretty short amount of asphalt until we hit some logging roads, and section 1 was just really simple, easy 2-track. Lots of water bars, which was really, really fun for me. I enjoyed kind of lots of jumps. And so, yeah, that route was 119 miles. I don't think we finished the entire thing that day because of how late we started. I think we probably only pushed about 80 miles, and then found a camp spot at Lake, I'm going to butcher the pronunciation, but it's Lake Takla, Taklakh.
Yeah, no idea.
Yeah,
I can
no,
butcher
don't worry
names of the
about it.
best of them.
Yeah, no. We were calling it Lake Takalaka for too long, but it is for sure the most stunning view of Mount Adams I've ever seen in my entire life. It was a really cool lake. Talked to some guys around there who were camping. Said it was really good fishing. So it was, yeah, that first section was super badass.
I would be. So you guys set up camp, basically, every night you're camping on the trail. Now, did you pack gas cans just for extra fuel?
So we got little 16-ounce water bottles, MSR bottles, just as kind of backup, so we can kind of run on top of reserve. But didn't really need it. This BDR is kind of designed around about every 110 miles, there's a gas station.
So what is the range on your tenere then? How far? Because you got, 5-gallon tank?
4.1, and I've found if I'm ripping, I get about 140 miles to a tank. So
I'm surprised they went with that small of a tank on a, it's supposed to be an adventure bike. Just seems backwards in my brain.
So yeah, 100%. There is options for kind of an aftermarket tank, but it adds a ton of weight up high. And so, if you're doing mileage, that's definitely the way to go. But I kind of want to keep my weight low and not too top heavy. And the teneres are notorious to being already too top heavy.
Okay. Yeah, Iceman here, one of the guys in the comments, he gets 160 to 170 with 6 gallons on his Harley. But you got to think, I know how you ride, Jason. So I can get that. I mean, I can get that with 5 gallons. That's all.
I'm almost getting that with 4 gallons. And yeah, those are not easy miles on the trail. That's a lot of rear spin.
Oh, I bet. A lot of RPM. So where'd day one end at?
So
at the lake,
day one ended at the lake just because we got a late start at the route. So we probably did, like I said, probably 80 miles. So we had another 40 to go to get the Packwood. We got the Packwood that next morning. That was just simple 2-track, nothing too crazy. Got the Packwood. Started going through White Pass. So my dad can take a shit on the side of the road. And then he realized his boots were wet. And we're looking down, and his fork seals are just completely blown out. I mean, that thing was just scrunched. He had no more suspension left in his front end. And it must have been from all the tank traps, or not even tank traps, but water bars. And
yeah,
it was just kind of an oh shit moment. Tried to clean out his seals, wondering if there was just a contaminants that were keeping them open, but at that point, there's nothing really we could do. So we actually skipped the entirety of section 2 in order to take him to Ellensburg, which was the nearest motorcycle shop. But since I planned the trip for the weekend of the 4th of July, I think it was the 5th of July on Saturday, there was not going to be a motorcycle shop open until Tuesday. And so we got to Ellensburg, got a hotel for 3 nights, hoping to wait until motorcycle shop opened. And then we just kind of decided that, well, because there was no Kawasaki dealers in Ellensburg, there was just too many questions to just wait around for 3 days. So we called my brother and seen if he was available to come over and trailer my dad from Ellensburg back to Sequim. And so he was there at like 10 o'clock the next morning, and that was the end of the trip for my dad.
So Jason had a question. What do you think your average speed was on the trail? Or, what is your average speed?
Oh, I mean, logging roads, we're going 30 to 50, so average is probably 40.
And then some of the guys, like he's talking with water bars, some people aren't familiar. Like up here, they'll dig little trenches across the road. We'd say 16 to 30 inches deep. They go all the way across the road to help so the roads don't erode and the water can cross them, and the roads can still be somewhat passable with vehicles.
Yeah,
kind of what water bars.
Yeah, in a car you got to slow down, but in a bike, it's funny. It's depending on which direction you're going, because they have a mound on one side or the other. So if you're coming on the side with the mound, you can just jump right over them, and it's a kick in the ass. But if you're coming from the other side, you got to slow down and take the water bar.
Right. So then you ended up, did you go back to Packwood to start section 2?
So I wish I did, but running this route solo kind of made me nervous. Even though I had GPS with satellite with SOS on it, kind of made me nervous, and I was just kind of looking to complete the route. So unfortunately, this entire journey has a little bit of an asterisk behind it because I didn't actually do the whole thing. I ended up skipping section 2.
Because section 3, doesn't that start in Ellensburg?
Yeah. Section 3 starts in Ellensburg.
Okay. Because I want to say, what do you go? I've seen the road that it takes up out of Ellensburg, and that's a climb.
Yeah, actually, the incline on that is quite insane. It's asphalt for the most, or for the first I don't know, I'd say 10 miles, and then it switches to just like baby head sized boulders, and that was pretty technical to traverse with a heavy bike loaded full of gear.
So it's section 3, so I would guess, what's that take from like Ellensburg up by Wenatchee?
So it's supposed to come out Kashmir.
Okay.
But there was windfall from the last winter, and I was following the BDR page, and I ran into guys up there, and they said there was still windfall. We went and checked it out, or I went and checked it out. It was about 6 miles solid of just windfall across the road. I mean, there was no passing it. So there was a off route that took us down to the highway, and we ended up going through Wenatchee. I say we because I ended up hooking up with a couple of Canadians that were on the same route, going the same direction, and they were kind of a hoot to ride with for sure.
That's cool. At least if now did you end up riding with them for the whole rest of it, or?
Well, we kind of split off a little bit because they were hoteling it and I was
Okay.
camping, and so but we saw each other half a dozen times. I went out in front. I was like, hey, if you see crash marks and parts of a tenere on the road, just call the cops or call search and rescue. So at least I had that peace of mind. Somebody was actually keeping me in mind on the trip.
That's at least cool because you're in a desolate area.
Oh yeah, it's middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah. So I can see. So I'm trying to guess. So then you picked up in Kashmir. Where'd that go? By Winthrop?
So yes. So that was actually a pretty short route. That one was only 69 miles, and so that day I actually pushed from Kashmir all the way to Chelan. So that was about 210, 220 miles for the day, and that was probably my roughest day because it didn't feel right to stop at like 11 o'clock after 70 miles, and
Yeah.
but the next run was an extra 120, and so once you start it, you just gotta keep going. Plus it was so damn hot, I didn't really want to camp at the top of a mountain.
So now, kind of getting a little some more technical side of this. So, you're up in the middle of nowhere. You packing like a camel pack on your backs for, hydration wise? And what were you kind of packing? Because if you're camping, so you got meals that you're eating on the trail. So what were you packing along with you?
So yeah, I keep a backpack with a camelback on there. Mostly eating freeze-dried meals.
No
Was
Mountain
that
House?
a little classier than that? I go I go Nine Peak. They're actually, I've never had one that I don't like. I do keep some Mountain House because you can get them at Costco and they're pretty cheap. But Nine Peaks are really, really good.
Oh, okay.
But then, yeah, just backpacking tent, water purifier.
Using a Sawyer, or did you get fancier than that? Using the Sawyer water filter, or did you have something fancier?
Man, I don't know. Last year when my hunting truck got broken into, I had a MSR water filter that I loved, but that got stolen. So I don't know the brand of the new water filter. I just picked it up at Sportsman's, but I like it a lot. Shoot, yeah. No, I
That's all right. I
can't
was just
remember.
curious. I have some. I went down that, hiking rabbit hole years ago, bought a bunch of stuff and stuff I looked at when I wanted to get more into it, and then I didn't get more into it, and I got more into taking off on the motorcycle and shit. It's like, well,
Yeah,
I don't need a filter for that. I can just buy more and throw it in my bags.
yeah. Well, the MSR water filter hooks right up to the Nalgene bottles. Those are my favorite water purifier. That I just don't have one of those right now.
Yeah. I was just curious.
But
Somebody, it's fun to geek out on that stuff. People, the stuff they like to pack and what works for them, and it's just fun to hear. Everybody's little, because everybody has different ways that they like to do it and come up with different shit.
for sure. Yeah, unfortunately, this section of the trip, there wasn't even a mud puddle that I could purify water from. I mean, it was dry.
Yeah, actually, you're getting the North Cascades.
It was, yeah. It on average probably 95. Got into some 102, 103 temperatures. It was really, really hot. There were some sections where I just refused to stop and take a picture of a beautiful view because the wind was the only reprieve.
So let's see. If you're on that section, what do you remember? What date you left? You left Ellensburg. You say on the 5th of July.
So yes, left Ellensburg on the 5th. So this is the 6th. Doing section 3 and section 4.
So yeah, I was heading through that area, like 4 days. Well, not that area, but up through the Northern Rockies, up through Canada. The following 4 days later, on the 11th. Yeah, I think I left for Lake Louise on the 11th.
Yeah. No, at the end of the run, I went up through Omak, and that was probably the hottest part. And I think I saw like 103 on my bike. So you probably got that within those 4 days.
See, we ran into rain like Sumas, and it was like rain through off and on drizzle through Kamloops, and then it warmed up. But it wasn't super hot for us that weekend, yeah. So I literally wore my jacket the whole time. It never really got warm enough to take your jacket off, but I mean, it was comfortable riding temperatures, I'll say that.
Oh, nice.
For just jeans and, a fucking riding jacket.
With the... Yeah, so... Oh, yeah, so section 4... you drop into Advanblack, and there's this little podunk. It's a one-stop shop town.
Where the hell is that?
Dude, I couldn't even tell you.
I've never heard of that one. Somewhere by Omak.
No. It's way south of that. It's in between Twisp and... No, excuse me. It's in between Chelan and Kashmir.
Oh, okay.
The Twisp is the next stop. So it's just some little podunk town. And it's not even a town. It's one gas station that is also a restaurant and a supermarket, kind of, if you could call it that. So I went in and just got some cold water, and the lady let me know about some fires. And that started on the 4th of July. So the closest one to me, I forget the fire name. So the Chelan Hills fire started on the 4th of July, which I was very concerned about. And then there was one more fire.
There's one by Winthrop that started about that time too.
Yes, that is the Little Giant fire, which has pretty much ruined the rest of the guys' trip. Or, I mean, everybody who wanted to go on this ride since I went. I accidentally picked impeccable timing because I've looked at fellas posting on Facebook, and it's just been a smoked out mess since I went. But
yeah, because it got even worse like the weekend after. Because I remember the weekend we came back, it's like Canada caught fire literally on the route that we came back, and plus you had, that one in Chelan grew astronomically huge, and plus Eastern Washington, the Spokane fires, the one up by Colville. I mean, yeah, there's. In fact, the whole eastern side of the state was fucking torched.
Yeah, that Chelan fire was devastating. But yeah, it seems like the entire part of Eastern Washington just burned up this year.
So where was your direction after leaving Podunkville?
Oh, so that was probably my least enjoyable part of the entire trip. So it kind of loops around. I mean, you could skip this part if you want, but
no, you might as well go through it. I mean,
I mean, a fellow
if somebody riding
BDR could easily skip it. I mean, the road will go straight, or you could take a right and take the shit ass part of the trip. But I did it because it was on the route, and it's sand and sagebrush, and it was 100 degrees on a hillside. And probably the most technical part of the whole trip was, I don't know, probably a 30-foot tall hill climb that I don't know if it's a PUD road or what, but they kind of lined this hill climb with just riprap that is, I don't know, probably 6-inch boulders, and it's loose, and it was pretty difficult. The Canadians that I linked up with said that they both dumped their bikes trying to take it. I got so close to dumping mine while trying to get to the top of it, but I ended up finding a way, I suppose.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Please don't drop my new bike yet.
No, just send it. Just first gear, as high as RPMs as you can go, and just hope for the best.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is a big, you get on boulders like that. I mean, it's so easy to, kick the back end out, or you're going to wash your front, and it's the control. It's just, you're at the mercy of the terrain.
Yeah, for sure. It becomes a fair amount more difficult when you got so much gear on you, too. You're super, super top heavy.
What's about the ground clearance on one of those?
Well, so the tenere is pretty sweet. To my skid plate, I've got 9 inches, and to my linkage, I've got 11 inches.
Okay.
So it's not bad.
No, that's not too bad.
Buddy of mine just got a old V-Strom that he's been riding, and that thing's only got 4.5 inches to the skid plate.
I was always a fan of the V-Stroms. I always freaking liked them.
Oh, they're badass. Yeah, they're super nice bikes. They're a perfect mix between dirt and street.
Especially, the 1000, because Suzuki took the TL 1000, their V-twin sport bike, and tuned down the 1000, and they stuck it in the V-Strom. It's a detuned TL 1000, which is crazy, but cool.
When I was a kid, my dad had a a 700 V-Strom. Does that sound about right?
I think they were 650s.
Okay, 650s. Yeah, I rode on the back with him for 4 days when I was like 9 years old. We went and did Mount St. Helens and did a whole motorcycle trip. It was a hoot. That was a good bike.
That's freaking cool. It's cool, you get that time, you enjoy riding with your dad stuff. Same with me. That's one of my, funnest riding partners is riding with my dad. And I know, you got Iceman Rides who, he's fortunate his son Chase, they get to do a lot of riding. It's cool to see, the father and son combos that enjoy it together and still get to go out and hammer down some time on two wheels.
Yeah, for sure.
It makes it for the best. And I remember, I got to laugh because, I remember talking to you after this and you were complaining about how fucking bad your ass hurt. Like I told you, man. Shameless plug, but see, you got to get one of these wild asses right here, buddy. Wild ass. Oh, it'll save you. Shameless plug, D Woods, get your free shipping. Here's my shameless wild ass plug. You always got to get it in there.
If they got one for the Tenere, send me the link.
Oh, they do. I will.
Perfect. Because, yeah, I had like I've never had before.
I remember you saying you rode for quite a ways your way home standing up.
Yeah, I went from, it was 60 miles standing up because my ass hurt so bad.
That's brutal. Just brutal. So let's see, after we left off, you had what, still one more day before you made it to the finish line in Canada for the BDR? Or was it two more days after that?
I think 2 more days. So, after that absolutely horrible section, it's pretty easy sailing. Got to Chelan and then started Chelan to Concouli, which was pretty cool. Kind of come up over a ski resort on the other side of Chelan. So, like, cool part about like the previous day, there's just, you're coming all the way up around Chelan, you know, from one side to the other. So you get just incredible views the whole time. It's nuts. So Chelan to Concooley was my favorite section by far. Windy roads, just really simple 2-track. Toward the end, there was quite a bit of sand, but that was fun too. But I accidentally ran over a rattlesnake on that run. I thought it was a stick, and I goosed it to try and pop my front end up over the top of it, and turned out definitely wasn't a stick.
I'd probably shit myself.
Yeah, I looked in my mirror and I could see the dust cloud behind me, because like right at the last moment when you're passing over, and I was like, oh shit, that's not a stick. And I saw it like coiling up in the dust cloud, and so I stopped. I stomped on my brakes. I stopped. I turned around, and yeah, that poor little guy wasn't doing good. So just kind of kicked him off the road, let him finish out his experience, and then continued on my way.
At least he didn't bite you, you know, jump up and able to get a piece. That would have been freaking horrible.
Well, I was ripping about 30. It was just such a weird deal where I was kind of watching in front of me, thought it was a stick, popped my front end up, and so my rear tire started losing traction and just flung the poor thing.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Well, there's more where that came from. So, yeah, the rest of this one kind of got back into timber, which was pretty cool, wide open, nice timber. Reminded me of like lots of Eastern Washington elk hunting I've done. Then you end up coming down into Twisp, getting gas there. So next part after Twisp was for sure the most enjoyable part, because it was like slow, technical 2-track, but it was really, really sandy, where you really had to kind of choose your lanes, and like it was, I don't even know how to explain it. Well, saw so many turkeys, bear, deer, like there was lots of wildlife, but it was getting toward the end of the day, so I was still trying to blow through it, so couldn't enjoy it too much, but it was really, really cool.
Sounds fun. That's the kind of fun that gets you enjoyable, those kind of little 2-tracks and just really flinging around and fucking have a good time.
Yeah, it was, the sand was kind of a trip. Went to the sand dunes a lot as a kid, but riding, quads, dirt bikes, but on a heavy bike, it was weird because if you stop, you're stuck.
True. Did you ever go to the dunes in St. Anthony's?
No, not at St. Anthony's. I always went to Florence. I forget the other one that my folks brought me to.
Oh, yeah.
Sand Lakes.
Having a complete brain fart. Oh, there's Sand Lakes, yeah, and Moses Lakes, but yeah, I think that St. Anthony's and Idaho, the biggest dunes in North America?
No, never been there.
Yeah, I haven't either. I've done a lot of the dunes, but I never went there to check that either. You have to put that on your list. Go check it out.
For sure. Yeah, I just bought my daughter a PW50, so we're ready for the dunes.
There you go. Yeah, that would be fun to check that one out for sure. So where's that? So you getting ready? You're leaving Twisp. So what's the next destination after leaving Twisp?
So Twisp, from there goes to Concooley, which is the end of Section 5. But it was getting toward about 6 o'clock, and I got an uncle who lives in Omak. So I called him up while I was in Twisp, and I decided to just take the highway. Well, there's actually that one sandy section that you get to skip a bunch of highway. It spits you out on the other side of 20. And I went and stayed with him for the night, and that was really nice catching up with them. So I kind of went around the end of section 5, but from there, the next morning, just took the highway up north, section 6 backwards. So what is it? Highway 27 to the Canada border was probably the most fun asphalt I've ever done on a motorcycle. It is just windy, twisty, turny through this huge canyon. There's like mine shafts on the other side of the road that you can like stop and like look into. It was so cool.
Was it 97 you mean, or 27?
97.
Yeah.
Yeah, north of Omak. And then it...
Yeah, going up towards Orville.
Yes, yep.
Okay.
And so that connects up to that... I forget what the actual Canada border stop is, but it's just north of Nighthawk that goes down there.
Orville Osios? Something like that. I can't pronounce the second word, but it was Orville was the first part of it.
Yeah. Orville, that's the last stop before the Canada border, right?
Yeah. Yeah, then it's the Orville Osoyos border crossing or something close to that. Like I said, I'm butchering that name.
Gotcha. So yeah, then I just hit the Canada border. So now I'm doing section 6 backwards, which I got no complaints about. Other than it was mostly downhill, which I'm a big fan of uphill if I have the choice.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess, yeah. Depends on, I guess, the technicality of the conditions what you're riding, whether, the uphill or downhill is going to be funner, or if it's, that steep where it's like, fuck, should have went the other way.
Yeah. I just love spinning the rear tire, so I love uphill loose switchbacks. That's my shit.
Yeah.
But
those are fun.
So yeah, went through Nighthawk, then went around Palmer Lake, which I'd never seen before. And Palmer Lake was super cool. Kind of reminded me of like Lake Sutherland a little bit.
Okay.
It's like this small little community that's around this lake. But I kept feeling something hitting my boots, hitting my pants. I thought there was something hanging off of my bike. I didn't know what it was. It turned out to be bugs, grasshoppers, or something of the sort. But I could feel them through my riding pants. There were so many of them that they started piling up in my skid plate.
Holy crap!
It was the weirdest thing because I wasn't catching any of them in the chest. I was just catching them like from the waist down, and it felt like little paintballs. It was the weirdest thing.
Huh, that's nuts.
But yeah, I was actually scared of them like catching fire on my header. So I had such like an amount piled up in there that I ended up stopping and just like sweeping them out. Yeah, it was wild.
That's not, borderline creepy, fucking weird.
It was so weird because you couldn't like see them because I guess they weren't near line of sight. They were just all laying down low. It was odd.
That's freaking weird.
But around Palmer Lake, start ducking into forest again. that section was actually really cool as well. Got to the old Skull and Crossbones Corral, which the old cabin had a tree fall through it 3 years ago, or four. Didn't quite get to see it intact, but the corral's still there. Yeah,
that's cool.
It's a pretty neat sight.
And it's something like that, doing. I mean, you're off the beaten path, so you're getting to see stuff that most people don't. I mean, closest thing, like, when it comes to, that's why I preach with motorcycles. Like, hit the back highways, go see that stuff that so many people aren't going to see because everybody wants to go A to B. And I mean, you're taking the back highway to a whole nother level because you're taking back trails and getting to see some fucking shit that many of us won't get to see, which is pretty fucking cool.
And that's the best part about like adventure bikes is, some of this stuff I wouldn't even take like a wheeler on, just because the road narrows down so much. I think a lot of it, you're just so much more comfortable on a motorcycle.
Oh, for sure. I could get that 100%. It's like, I'd love to find somebody to dual sport and borrow it because I want to go up top of Deer Park to the campground, but I really don't want to drive my truck up there just because it's so fucking narrow.
I would not drive a truck up there. My dad and I did that about a month ago, and we came across, I don't know, 36 cars coming down while we were going up. There's no pull-offs.
No. I know a buddy of mine, he went up fucking like 2, 3 in the morning because he wanted to see sunrise from up there. So, wasn't much traffic then. He goes, but he drove his fucking lowered Chevy up there when he's got a big 4-wheel drive fucking dually. Nice. But he's like, I'm going to take my fucking, his fucking hooligan truck. So whatever works for him.
Oh, yeah, brother. Yeah.
Yeah. So how many days total did it take you to complete the BDR?
I think I got home in 6 days.
Oh, it's not too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. All in all, was 1,025 miles.
Of twisty dirt.
Yeah, of dirty twists, that's for sure.
So what do you think? Would you do it again?
Absolutely. We're going to do it next year, considering my dad broke down. Yeah, he's for sure going to give it another shot.
You going to go the same route or maybe try fucking north to south?
We'll probably do the same route because getting trailered down I-5 was a huge deal, and then riding home on Highway 20 was a breeze. I mean,
I agree. That's my favorite ride in the state is 20.
Yeah, it was absolutely gorgeous. It was two-lane highway. Although, prepared for there still being snow at the top of the path.
Yeah, Anderson Pass. So, fucking Jug shot a question because what would you do different on the next go around though? Since you've done it once, if you go again with your dad, I can still see and hear you. We can hear you. I see you still. Are you there, buddy?
Denver.
Yep. Oh, now you're muted. Now you're unmuted. There you go. Come on back, Tanner. Man, we can make fun of him. He'd never know. Damn technology. He thinks nobody's watching and we're all watching him. Dun, dun, dun. Let's try this. Oh. Shit, now he totally left. Now let's see if he'll come back. So what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? We got Springer Mike in there. Got Jug. We've had Iceman. Man, thank you all guys for tuning in tonight. I know I've been gone for a while and a little hiatus, but I'm back, and actually I'm booked for the next month, which is pretty damn cool. We got Michael Nielsen coming up, going to be talking his adventures on the Hokahay, the lead up, the ride, his thoughts, planning, prepping, everything. And then we got Sandra Brown, who is She's amazing. She's rode the last 2 years of Monsters Over Mountains, and Girl on a Gold Wing. If you check her out on Facebook, that's her Facebook page. Dude, she is a riding fool and flat out lays down some miles and just loves riding. So we got her coming up. Oh, hey, look, he's back now.
Hey, sorry, my meat timer went off and everything went to shit.
Your meat time.
Yeah,
We'll just leave that one alone, but
making some pulled pork tonight.
Yeah, that's what they all said. Just making pulled pork on my meat timer. But yeah.
Timer went off. Time to pull my pork.
So let's some of the guys. We got to make a couple. Your BDR stuff was cool, but I got to make some of the guys really fucking crazy. So let's do this here. You just picked this thing up for $3,500.
Yep.
Which is absolutely fucking insane.
Yeah, I'm super happy with it.
That's what, a 2003. Now, is that the wide glide or?
It's Dyna wide glide.
Yeah, that's what I thought. What do you say, 30,000 miles on it?
Yeah, 31. Actually, you were the person who really got me interested in Harleys, because I've never been too much of a street bike guy. So started doing my own research and just found this one local, and worked out well.
All right, so it makes sense to me. I like getting my pulled pork on schedule too. My pork pulled on schedule. Oh god, that was pretty fucking good. I gotta say that makes me laugh. But no, that's a absolute freaking steal. I had to put that picture up so we can, all the other Harley fools in here that pay money. Then you find a fucking gem.
I'm a big fan of spokes. I like chrome, so it worked out well.
Yeah, that's an absolute beautiful freaking bike, man. I know when you sent me the picture, dude, look at this, and when he told me the price, I was like, how in the fuck did you get it for that? That's fucking crazy, but that's a beautiful bike.
Yeah, some liberal in Port Townsend owned it. He wasn't riding it no more.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, definitely. Now that I kind of get everything going on, man, I need to check that out one of these weekends when we got a weekend off.
Yeah, let me know. I'll ride it over.
Heck yeah, I like it. That thing's it's beautiful. I love that 100th anniversary paint color. Even if I don't know if you looked at it close, but if even the pinstriping, it says 100th anniversary in the pinstriping.
Oh yeah, no, it's in the it's embroidered in the seat. It's all over the place.
Yeah, buddy of mine found out because he had one. He got in a wreck, and those badges on that bike, you have to. If the badges are damaged, you have to send them back to Harley because it's a 1-for-1 exchange. You cannot just straight up buy them. You have to send them your damaged ones to get new ones.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah. So, yeah, a little food for thought there. So that could be a mess.
Yeah, no, I'm super happy with it. I've got a 1980 CB750 Honda, and it's all original, and I purchased it from the original owner. And I just like the bike so much, I just winterized it. And, I've ridden it in 3 or 4 years. But
okay, so
getting rid of, and
how much have you tore into your CB? Have you done much playing or tinkering with the engine? Cool. Well,
no, I haven't tinkered with it.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna have to pick your brain. We're gonna talk because sitting in front of me, I have a '79 CB 750F Super Sport that I want to start playing with.
Oh hell yeah!
So that's going to be one of the next projects I'd love to do. I told my son he wants to build into a cafe racer. I'm like, hey, we can totally do that. But yeah, it's the silver color with the red and black pinstriping, all original with 10,000 miles on it.
Yeah,
so that's going to be the next project.
Mine is the black and magenta with metallic flake. It's got the
full vetter bags, all wired in. It's super badass. And I thought when I was a kid, I wanted to make it into a cafe racer, but my dad convinced me it's too nice to strip apart and just start screwing with it. So, yeah. What when I got married, I stopped riding motorcycles for a little while, and so I just put it in storage, and it's been on the back of my mind for a long time.
Yeah, that's how mine is too. I got to start getting it going again. So, but I know you have some stuff you had to get going too, so I don't want to hold you too long because I know you got dinner coming up and fam. So we'll let you get going to that, man. But hey, thanks for coming on and making it happen, and sharing some of the adventures and taking the V twin life to the dirt because you're the first one.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate you having me. Yeah, and I appreciate you letting me go to pull my pork.
Yeah, pull the pork. So actually, hold on 1 minute though, man. Hey guys, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. So we had the adventures going to the dirt, which was pretty cool. So come back next Sunday. We got Michael Nielsen talking prep, dream, ride, doing the Hoka Hay, what he thought of it, and the whole adventure to that. So hopefully we'll see some of you guys next Sunday with Michael Nielsen. I think it's, God, me is sixth time, I think. But, dude, I love the guy. We're great friends, so that's going to be a good one. So, hey, stay tuned. So have fun, ride safe, enjoy the open road, guys, and we will catch you all later.